What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
another damn podcast.
presented by
our damn selves.
248, kid.
248, yes.
248. We both had pretty interesting weekends. Break that down. You want to celebrate this? We've hit a 10-year milestone, an anniversary. You want to hit this first? Like, let me.
Yes.
A fantastic milestone. One milestone. Let's find this milestone. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
10 years ago, this happened. 10 years ago, yesterday on Saturday. Yeah. Right there. That's all I wanted to show. And I muted the sound. They're gonna take this down if I play the music. So like I can't but they're playing
Meek
Mill,
what was the name of the song? It was a
Meek Mill, I'm a Boss was playing. And they in the all
I'm a Boss.
Yes, they were coming out in LeBron, Dwight Howard, they were killing that shit. Wade was
Melo was nodding.
Melo was kind of nodding, yeah. Derrick Rose.
Wade was smiling. And Derrick looks over like,
that's how Chi-Town is. That'd have been me up there all day. I know how I am. I'd have been the one like, that
recently came out again because right before the All-Star break, somebody had that meme that said, "How Chicago look at the rest of you goofies." That's how we look at Chicagoans. That's how we look at goofies.
They came up in my memories 10 years ago. So, oh yeah, we got to talk about that shit. So classic. 2012 All-Star game, yeah. With they brought out the Eastern Conference All-Stars. Derrick Rose like deadpans the whole shit. Like
Derrick Rose wasn't for the shits. He wasn't. He was like
deadpan Rose, but we should have called him after that. He deadpan that whole shit.
And then he just waves. He was like,
yeah, that was a wild moment. But let's get back to our. We just had to laugh at that. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about today.
I was gonna say, what happened? What happened 10 years ago? And I instantly smiles. That's what it does. It puts a smile on your face.
Keep doing it. It might be our fucking picks. Oh, we dancing now?
Yeah, I didn't know we was dancing. That's how Derek said. He said, I didn't know. I wasn't aware we was dancing.
No, that shit wasn't planned. It's like, it was a hot beat, so like they just started getting it, and like
he started riding the beat.
And Rose didn't know. He's like, oh, that's what we on. Okay, yeah. If they'd been planned, he might have done this shit. Who knows? It's like, but
we can dance in Chicago. We footwork in Chicago. We can dance. Like, so no.
Shout out Iman Shumpert. Dancing with the stars. Let's go. Current Dancing with the Stars champion, Chi-Town, baby. Current.
You get that footwork.
Reigning champion. The
reigning. My time, I was like, yeah. Like. We held his partner's shirt up like this. We held her ponytail up, and she was footwork, and we were like, "Yeah, we did back in the day." Yeah, but you can't hate.
Him and his girl worked on some of those moves too. Because Tiana Taylor.
Oh yeah, because she's an amazing dancer. So yeah, I know that she was in there. She was in there looking like Debbie Allen from Fame with the stick.
Helped them.
She probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
In sweat.
Boom cat, boom cat, boom cat, boom cat, boom cat. I'm taking you back to my dance days. Boom cat.
Russell Tallberg.
Miss Bass ain't play with that stick. Our director, she ain't play with that. Miss Bass had that stick.
I'll start with my weekend, and shout out to everybody who came and kicked it at Hip Hop Flow. It is back, y'all.
Oh yeah, yay!
Debut, yeah. We got it in last night. It was definitely.
I gotta go.
It definitely turned hot yoga. River North, man. It was quite an evening, yeah. So shout out to everybody who came out and kicked it with myself and Xavier. I got to get back in shape because I'm ready to hit that yoga mat. Let's go, baby. I'm ready.
I gotta get back in shape.
Hired me because Zave, you take his classes are intense.
They are.
They're not for no punk bitches. So yeah, if you're not ready and shit, you better be ready and shit. Like,
the good thing is that he does, like, he's like no excuses, and he is willing to work. You know, he makes you feel comfortable. He's like, you know, like everybody starts from somewhere. Like, he doesn't make you feel ashamed, you know, because sometimes if you go into certain classes and everybody looks like Billy Blanks in the class, you're going to be looking like, why am I even in here? Because some classes do make you feel like, okay, everybody looks, you know, looking like Sean T and everybody looking, you know, together. And then
not everybody is Tanya and shit in the fucking class.
Right. And then you struggling, you like, you struggling there.
You watch Sean T.
Everybody else is
You watch Sean T stuff, you know exactly who Tanya is. And shit.
Yeah, Tanya B. She hits
the machine and shit right there.
Yeah, she hits it.
So,
but I like that he does make you feel good. Xavier does make you feel good. I'm actually going to go and I'm going to start checking out his stuff. I'm going to start going back.
And but I think I'm going to take the class next time.
Yeah.
Get back in it. I haven't done yoga since pre-pandemic. It's been some years now.
Yeah.
I haven't done any, so way out of shape now. That's why I'm wearing a hoodie now, trying to hide. Never not working, baby. So I saw you had an interesting weekend.
Yes. So,
weekend. You got it.
Weekend. So for my weekend, we decided to do something that none of us have ever done. Khalil is really into monster trucks. This is his monster truck phase. So Ariana came and was like, guess what? The Monster Jam is at the Allstate Arena this weekend. We were like,
coming live Saturday night to the Allstate Arena. It's Monster Jam.
She said that, so Khalil was like, oh, it's not we can say, oh no, we can't do it, because she's like, it's here this weekend and this weekend only. And we were like,
offer in Saturday night.
Be there. No, but it was really fun. Because I didn't know you like watching on the TV, and then Marcus kept on saying like Truckosaurus, like from The Simpsons. He was like Truckosaurus. So we went in, and you know, we sit down, we get our seats, and you know, and then when it started, everything was good. Like, we had a really good time. It's just very loud. So next time we go, we would definitely do it again. I would wear earplugs next time. Really loud, but it was a really good experience. The children had a ball. They was just screaming and they enjoyed the whole show.
So their Khalil and Ari's trucks.
Yeah, they had their trucks. They also had the BMX people come out after halftime, and when they were setting up the little ramps or whatever, and Marcus was like, is Lance Murdoch going to come out? I was like, I can't with you. He like, they're about to bring out Lance Murdoch. Look at
ferocious lion, baby.
So, I mean, we had a ball. We did have a good time. So, like, if you ever if you've never been to the Monster Truck Show, it's a good family event. Like, it was, everybody in there was like families, and we even saw a little baby that was like right there, like in front of us, like a little tiny arm baby. Yeah, we saw like an arm baby in there. So, I mean, it was cool going and just actually being out, like you said, being outside.
Yeah. Speaking of which, as you hear this podcast, when we release the fucking mask and vax mandates, over, as Vince Carter said, it's over in Chicago. Because Governor Pritzker lifted it and then Lori Lightfoot followed suit, said, okay, we're going to follow suit in Chicago.
We're going to follow Illinois, yep. Because Pritzker put it out for Illinois guidance. Like I said,
we're killing that. And she said, okay, I'm
down. We'll follow. Because as a state worker, like I said, I get the information. I always get privy to the new mandates first, because like it goes to our director, then it comes to us, and then I have to give the information.
For the dummies and the cheap, this doesn't mean that you don't have to wear your mask. Like, if you want to wear your mask, keep wearing it.
Yeah.
That's what
it's optional at this point.
Because I see people say, I don't fuck what they say. I'm still wearing mine. Like, nobody's saying you can't wear it. It's just if somebody doesn't want to wear the shit, they don't have to. That's what we say.
Yeah, you can't be like, what are you doing without? You can't mask bully somebody now, basically.
That's what.
Like, what are you doing?
You want to wear it, wear it. Michael Jackson wore one in the 80s.
I was gonna say Michael Jackson, he wore gloves and a mask.
Yeah, he knew then. It's like,
so he was ahead of the curve. Michael Jackson, like, I mean, we laughed at him, but he was ahead of the curve. He knew what he was doing. So
if you want to wear a mask, you can wear one. Nobody's telling you not to. I've been doing this shit. It's almost 2 years now. So some people are just over the shit. Like I think I'll take my chance, especially the people that are fully vaxxed and boosted. They really is like, yeah, like I still gotta wear this shit. I'm vaxxed and boosted. It's people that are like that. It's like
my thing that I just state that they should, my thing I keep on going back to that they should permanently have is when you walk into any establishment, it should just be a dispenser of sanitizer at every door. So you just hit it. So if you have to touch anytime it's a risk of you touching the door handle, it should be a sanitizer right there.
I always been paranoid about men's rooms like Mike for years. Like all
the door handles are filthy.
All my adult life, I've always been paranoid about men's rooms. Like I'll try to touch as little as possible.
Like this with your foot, you like? Exactly. Like this with the foot trying to.
I like turn the faucet on before I hey, turn it on first before you and lower your paper towel. Do all touch
your paper towel, lower it.
Lower my towel and turn it before I wash. Yeah, so that way you ain't got to touch the fucking thing because that thing. Wash your hands and then you touch the thing. It's like no, I touched that
contaminate yourself, right?
Before you wash the shit. Yeah, so I do it.
And then even after washing my hands, after I leave the bathroom and use a paper towel to dry my hands, I use the paper towel to grab the door handle, and then even still, like I'm looking for a sanitizer. Even after, like even though I've washed my hands properly, I still just feel comfortable grabbing the sanitizer to even after washing my hands. I just feel comfortable.
And if they don't have it, I keep this in my pocket.
Right, I keep one in my purse. I keep one in my purse at all times.
Size Purell at all times. So, yeah. So even if they don't got it,
because I have my sanitizer in my car.
I'm straight. Yeah.
I have one in my console in my car. I have one in my purse. I have one in my work bag. Like I have sanitizer all stashed around. So yeah.
There that is. I'm feeling it because now the CDC is starting to call it an endemic. So I like the word end. So yeah, that means the end is in sight.
End.
I like
I'm looking
pandemic. Yeah, I like the word endemic. Yeah.
Are we seeing a tunnel now? Are we starting to see light at the end of this tunnel? Hopefully.
I'm hoping by let's manifest this by your birthday. We out of the pandemic. Let's say by the summer, by June. Let's be out.
I can go for that.
Summer
because of June, and then like
baby,
and then the new fiscal year starts in July. So like I'll go fiscal year. So June 30th. Let's say that the pandemic ends for this fiscal year, and then the new fiscal year we won't be in a pandemic starting the new fiscal year. I can go for that.
That would be beautiful, man.
Yes, because it's just like everything has just drastically changed just for everybody, just the way that we just see things and the way we move. And a post that really got to me recently on Facebook, I think it may have been in my Black alumni group, my Big 10 Black alumni. I think it was in that because it basically was showing when was the last normal year for students. And when it broke down each grade level, so basically if you're my child's age, like Ariana's age, she's never had a normal
regular school.
She's never had a normal school year. Never.
Your whole school career.
Her whole school time, she has never, because they said that like it was like breaking down, it was like kids, kindergarten have not had it. This, it was like breaking down each year. And I'm like, yeah, because like, okay, seniors in high school, last time they had a normal year was freshman year. And it was just like going backwards, just like breaking down. And then when it got to the young kids, I'm like, so yeah, I was like, basically my kids have never had normal school, basically.
Like I said, none of this shit makes sense, man.
Yeah, so
it says sports, they do the same thing in high school sports that they do in pro sports. It's like, yeah, sitting on the sideline, you masked up, but like you on the court sweating and breathing and coughing all over each other, like
breathing.
Make it make sense. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If somebody does like an
N1, like you guard somebody sweating all over each other.
So when there's like a cold N1, then you grab your partner, yeah, you grab your teammate, yeah. You all like, yeah, you celebrating a victory. Yeah.
Don't be in the handshake line when Juwan Howard is there. Don't be in the handshake. I don't even know if I want to talk about his ass. Making Chi-Town look ridiculous. Come on, man. He's CVS right there. Shout out our brother Kareem. Yes, Juwan Howard's. That's your homie CBS right
I was looking at his card earlier because I have a card of his. And I found it in my drawer. I was looking at what team? We was with the Washington Bullets. We with the Bullets.
That's who drafted in Washington.
Because I have that card of his. And I was like, wow, I have a Juwan. I was like, what do it? Somebody like I have this Juwan Howard card.
Juwan fucking Howard.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, his ass is suspended for the rest of the regular season. They got him the fuck out of there.
Well, he still kept his job, so I mean, there's that. He kept his job. Still.
They just said, hey, they sent him home. They said,
okay, hey, take a seat.
Go calm.
Regroup.
Calm your ass down. I didn't even realize. Then again, I don't follow NCAA. I didn't even know he was back with Michigan. I thought he was still with the Heat and shit. That's how little I followed it. I
remember when he did, because like I said, I'm in that Black alumni group on Facebook
with the Heat, like with Spoelstra.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was like, so I didn't know he had left.
So I saw them really hyping it. I said that's why I knew, because I said my Facebook group. I said, like, you know, so we have like an alumni network.
Just like, yeah. So I told you I don't follow.
And they was like, yeah, Michigan proud, you know, because like it's like all the Big Ten schools in this group on Facebook that we have.
I didn't realize he had left the NBA.
They were like, yeah, Michigan.
Like, when did he leave?
But
yeah, I got nothing to add to that. It's just
well, since you opened up on Chicago, I'll go a positive way of Chicago. Did you see the nonprofit that paid for school for, what was it, 7 schools? I think. Yeah, Hope Chicago, I want to say, is the name of the organization. And they surprised 7 schools, I want to say. And basically, they gave 7 schools, all the students at the schools, every student, tuition free. They can go to college for free.
Okay.
Yeah. I know Morgan Park was one of them. Morgan Park High School is one of them. The other schools I can't remember, but I did see Morgan Park was one of the schools that got rewarded. Nice. And yeah, they have their choices of 20 institutions. I don't know all the institutions that are on the list, but basically I want to say probably it's in-state, I want to say. Mm-hmm. So they can pick any of these 20 institutions and they can attend college for free.
I like it.
So, I mean, and of course, you know, with anything, and this is the thing I hate about the internet, of course, with anything, I might a gesture like that, giving kids free college, because we know student loans are crap.
Out of control right now.
Yeah. Student loans are out of control. I have friends who owe $200,000, $300,000, and you have like and they got a liberal arts degree. It's not even like
they're
not doctor. It's not MD.
You're not even making. You don't have a job where you can pay those loans, basically.
To justify that, like if you
got is not paying, is not can't even.
That's the thing. If I pay $200,000, I expect to earn $700.
Yeah, you better.
I expect to almost earn $700. If I'm paying $200,000, I better be earning $700 to make the math make sense. I can't earn $40,000 and pay $200,000. No, that makes no sense. It doesn't. But you know, most of the people were like, congratulations, student. And some people, where was this at when I was in? It's not about you. It's not about you. What about the people who paid up their loans? Yeah, what do we get? We don't get nothing for us. But the people who we worked hard, we paid up our loans.
I'll at your president, man. He said he was paying on it. There you go.
I paid off I had a small amount of student loans and I paid off my student loans, but I'm not bitching and complaining about somebody who got it. I'm not.
Joe's ass, that's all I'm saying.
Uncle Joe. And then the worst one is the people, well, this is not teaching anything because it's giving everybody it. So all the students, so even like the students who aren't good students, they get it too. And then they're not going to appreciate that college scholarship. They should give it to somebody who really going to appreciate it.
Somebody's hating. I'll say, sounds like a hater to me. Sounds like a hater who made bad choices and took out too many loans. That's what it sounds like. I'm
like, damn. I'm like, can't we just have I don't see how can you be cynical in that? I just don't get that cynicism and giving scholarships to kids.
You hating because you owe loans. That's all that is. Sounds like hating. That's all I'm saying.
I don't get that though. I'm like, what the hell? I don't get that. That always that boggles me when people do shit like that. It just But congratulations to the kids who are awarded the scholarships. Like, congratulations to them. And hopefully, like I said, this opens up doors that you never thought would be open to you. Like I said, another reason why people are trying to go the route. And like I said, and I'll say it here when people try to talk about like, well, the kids who aren't good students. Okay, just because you're not a good student now doesn't mean you're never going to be a good student. What if you just have poor opportunity now?
Start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
What if you don't have the opportunity, but now that you have an opportunity given to you, now it's like, okay, I actually have something given to me. So now let me go out there and see it. So congratulations to the kids who are going to actually start off their adult life, their young adult life without owing student loans. So congratulations to you guys. I applaud that. I do.
Let's stay in Chi-Town then. Yeah, let's keep it local right now.
Mm-hmm.
Have you watched Kanye's Netflix documentary? I
have not got to it yet. I need to. Is it all up? Is everything all up, or is it?
They releasing it one part at a time. So it's I've seen the first two parts. Like the third part, I think it might go up today as we speak.
So is it 3 parts, 4 parts? How many parts?
I believe it's a 3-part miniseries.
Okay, so like, what's what I do? I'll just watch it all because like that's how I like to do it. Like, if stuff, I don't like to like watch it like release one at a time. Like if it's something like that, I like to just sit and watch the whole thing.
I wanted to talk about it. That's why I watched the 2 that were up. Yeah, so I thought all 3 would be up, but it's 2 that. But as we record, it's 2 up. The third one might be by the time you hear this, but yeah, it's 2 up. So it's called Jeen-Yuhs. Yeah,
Jeen-Yuhs. Yeah, because I saw the billboard when I was driving around because it was like one billboard by my job. Yeah, I saw Jeen-Yuhs with the
I highly recommend if you especially if you come from that era. Listen to what I do. Like I feel like I was watching like part of my history because like, it's cool. Like yeah, I met Kanye during that time when he was on.
Right.
I told that story. Have I told?
So you met him at
the old Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes. I was trying to think of the name of the place. Isaac Hayes on Chicago. Yeah.
Like 2001 is like me and my homie, and like my homie knew exactly who he was because he had done some stuff with Kanye. He was like, this Kanye, he was like, like hyping him up.
And you like, okay.
Like it's kind of annoying when like dudes are on other dudes' dicks like that. It's like but he can tell his own.
Yeah.
You don't have to like, he got a mouth and shit. He could tell.
Right, he can't hype himself up. He don't need a hype man.
Especially now we know about Kanye. Kanye definitely doesn't need a hype man.
No, at all.
He definitely can speak. That's one thing that brother can do is talk.
Sometimes he speaks a little too much. Sometimes his PR needs to be like reel him back. Is it reel him back sometimes? But
then during that time, he's like talking about what you've been up to. He's like, oh, just doing some stuff with Rockefeller. This is like 2001 Rockefeller. They like,
you get this.
And I was like, because I wasn't saying he wasn't, but it's like Chicago cats like even then and now lie so much.
Lie. Say it like it's lie.
Then and now lie so much. It's like it's you always kind of like skeptical. I didn't shit on the man like so I will say that, but I just looked at it with like I took it with a grain of salt and kept it moving. Sure enough, about a month after that, the H to the Izzo, B to the Izzy, that dropped about a month later. And they showed like Kanye when he first got that H to the Izzo hit. That's on there too. So I was like, I was there right around that time when I met Kanye for the first time.
And like I didn't realize Kanye came down to my school because like I said, in my Black alumni group on Facebook, somebody posted an old flyer and I was still down there. I was like, why didn't I go to this? I said, I was just probably being cheap.
That's all that was.
I probably was just being cheap. But this was 2003. So like he was already out. So I don't know why.
Yeah, because this is after the accident. That's when people.
Yeah, so he was already out.
I don't know why you didn't go.
It was like October of 2003. So I was still down there. It was October of 2003.
He probably was focused on graduation. He wasn't even thinking about
that's probably what it was because I was about to graduate. So I probably was focusing on. Well, Kanye didn't graduate. I probably was focusing on graduation. It's probably what it was. I was looking to graduation.
The documentary is so dope. Like the way it starts is like it's some Jermaine Dupri party, like some kind of party for Jermaine Dupri, and they show they interviewing the guys that they show it's from like 98 or something. It's like way back. Yeah. They said, okay, we got Mason's here coming in the building. He had with Harlem World. You remember Mason?
Yeah, I had I love the Harlem World album. I had that album, the CD. I had it. Yeah.
Yeah. So he was a young producer, little skinny kid with big teeth and glasses. It was there. That was Kanye. It's like who knew? Like that would be a big,
with the big teeth and glasses.
Yeah. Kanye had some teeth back in the day, so skinny little kid with big teeth and glasses was there.
And glasses.
Talking, I'm the next thing up, and all Kanye was even Kanye back then. It's like, yeah.
Didn't know he wore glasses, but okay. I know that.
And they show like his journey is like, and I remember the show that the guy who like did the documentary, Cootie, is like he had a show back. You might not even on Channel 19. Shout out to all my Channel 19 folks.
I remember Channel 19.
Where he had a show called Channel Zero on Channel 19. It was like basically raw, like it's like some street shit basically where he just went interviewing celebrities and shit. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's how so when Kanye was a different type of dude even back then. So he told Cootie, like, hey, I want you to document my journey. This is like way back in like 99, 2000. But he knew that he was gonna be a star and shit then. It's like, so he was like,
I know it now, baby, I'm a star.
Yeah. Kanye was a different type of dude. He knew back then that he was special. It's just, so he said, hey, I want you to document every move I make. Kanye took that leap of faith and he moved from like Chicago to New York. Mm-hmm. Or actually New Jersey. He moved to the East Coast. He was in Newark, New Jersey. Yeah. Took that leap of faith, like because like especially then, like you gotta, in order to be respected in Chicago, you gotta leave Chicago.
You gotta leave sometimes.
So Kanye took that leap of faith, and he asked Cootie, like, hey, come on with me, like, and Cootie dropped everything he was doing to like move out there to like document Kanye's thing, yeah. And now we have
the best person to bet on you but yourself. You're the best person to bet on you is you. So
like some amazing footage that was part, because I wondered whatever happened to Channel Zero, but like now I know like he's with Kanye. That's why that's whatever happened to this, because I used to
Kanye bread.
So that's why it just kind of just went away one day. Like so but that's why, because he moved out to New York to document Kanye. And so he's like, I ended up on everything I was doing, and then it turned into this documentary. So he got some amazing footage from like the last 20 years, basically. Nice. A lot of Donda in there too, so that was like like a lot. And Donda, she was like such a supportive, like she was so supportive of everything.
Yeah, like, and that's why I think a big part of it.
He was famous. She like she was supportive of like everything he was doing, like during.
And I think that is a big part of it. Like, I mean, I know people are talking about him in this, and when he has episodes, and a big part of that is that he never processed his mom's death.
Yeah, you watch this documentary.
I don't care what no one says.
You see a lot of behind the scenes footage about how close he and his mom were.
Losing a parent is hard as hell. Like I said, we lost our dad, so it's hard as hell to lose a parent. But if you don't take that time to properly grieve, to properly process, like,
here's how you knew that Donda was a real one. Like, this is her like college professor and shit.
Yeah,
son drops out of college to pursue a rap career, and she supported it.
She supports him.
You didn't say like you doing that, like you throwing your life. No, she supported his decision. It's like that's how you know she was a real one. Because like a lot of parents like would have said.
She taught at Chicago State.
Yeah.
So she was a professor at Chicago State. Yeah.
For her to like support him even after he made that decision, like nah.
Had a doctorate, right? She was Dr. Donda West, right? She had a doctorate. Yeah.
To support his decision after that shows she was a real one.
But that's what you do as a parent. Like, if you love your child, you support your child and you support their vision. Everybody's not going to be like, sure, we would all love our children to be the next Elon Musk, the next Jeff Bezos. Like, what parent doesn't want their child to achieve that high level? Or
Nobel Prize.
Win a Nobel Prize, win a Pulitzer Prize. Like, who doesn't want that? Or if you go the sport route, who doesn't want their child to be the next Michael Jordan? If you go the sports route, who doesn't want that?
Whatever, yeah.
The next LeBron James, Steph Curry, who doesn't want that? Or if we go the acting route, you want your child to be the next Denzel Washington.
You lost your motherfucking mind.
Yeah. You want the next Will Smith. You want your child to be that, but everybody doesn't have that path. So, you
could tell. Who knows? Has she not supported him? Who knows if Kanye would have made it as far as he did? Yeah,
exactly.
Support, yeah. But like was with say, yeah, go ahead, move to New Jersey. Yeah, like I got you. Yeah, she's.
And the thing is, you do this with your child. And here's the thing: I said, let me amend my statement before people jump in. Well, This is my amendment to my statement. Even stuff like the game has changed. Like YouTube is popular now. Mm-hmm. People are YouTubers. Like it's kids who are gamers who are making crazy money being gamers with YouTube channels.
Sports is a real thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if your child comes up to you and says, I want to drop out of school, here is my projections for the next year, for the next 2 years. This is what I want to do. This, you give a well drawn out blueprint. You give an actual plan. You support your child. If your child's like, I want to drop out of school and then they just want to play PlayStation in your house, that's not what I'm saying support. Don't support that. No, that's not what I mean. But if your child has a vision, I want to open my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur. Like, I have this idea to open my own business.
During that time, you lock yourself in a room making 5 beats a day for 3 summers. It's like
that's commitment.
You know that he's dead. He's not.
That's commitment. That's dedication. Like if he said, I want to be a rapper, I want to be a producer, and then he produces 1 track every 8 months. That's not dedication. You're not
pumping these tracks out. They're like, okay, like this dude is serious. Yeah.
Like even if you were pumping a track out every week, like that's a lot. If you were doing 1 track a week, that's a lot. If you were doing 1 track a week, that's a lot. That means that you're consistently, you're keeping it flowing. You're keeping that wheel flowing. That wheel is going.
I love the evolution of how this went down. They showed like basically from the beginning, like he was getting shit on and early, like, which of course, like, yeah. Because people there, because like let's forget, like people didn't look at Kanye as a rapper earlier.
They didn't.
He was a producer, like he's a producer that's trying to rap. That's how they looked at him. Yeah. But Kanye was like, no, I got bars. It's like I want to rap. It's like, yeah, like I want to make, I'm gonna be bigger than all these motherfuckers, basically. And like most of them, he ended up being bigger than. Like he's like, I'm gonna be a star, yeah, because Kanye knew that. They showed like during the time, like shout out to my homegirl Tifa, like she made it onto the documentary because she was working at GCI. She was doing the B-side, which was like their mix show that hit like and they played like a lot of local music back then. I remember when Tifa was doing this show, and they showed when they came, but it had to be like 2001 or something like that when they came by Tifa, and like everybody was like her blowing her timeline up after that. She was like, yeah, because Tifa, she's not even in the biz no more. She left radio, yeah. So,
right.
She's like, yeah, shout out to everybody, like, showing that my radio career actually mattered. It's like, yeah. Like,
nice.
Yeah, like, and she was a part of Kanye's journey, which is pretty dope. I was like, oh, look at Tifa, yeah.
No, I think you gotta watch it now. So hopefully all the parts are available. Because like I said, I like to when those type of stuff, I like to watch everything all together because I'm mad, like when I'm like, I want more, and then it's not, I gotta wait another week, or I gotta wait another day. Like, I want more, I want it.
And then he finally, he's trying to get like, because he was already plugged with Rockefeller because he was doing tracks for them and everything. But then Dash wasn't trying to sign him right away. You see a lot of Dame Dash in this documentary as well too. Like they showed Dash was like sign him at the time, yeah. And then so he was shopping into like other labels and shit, and everybody was like basically like sending them away and shit. It's like it's great.
So, have my people call your people. Have my people call you. Like, you know the blow off, the classic blow off.
And he had like part of the classics from College Dropout done at that time. He was playing like All Falls Down for people, like as an example, like yeah, see I rap, and he was playing that track. And like people and motherfuckers was like rejecting it, and like that became a huge hit years later. Yeah. Yeah, the All Falls, he was playing that. Yeah, I'm so self-conscious. That's why I leave at least one of my watches.
Yeah, I heard him like it was like a spoken word. Did he do like as a spoken word or something?
Yeah, he did it on.
Yeah, I was like, because I heard that spoken word.
He was like, okay, because like we gonna I'm build up to that. Yeah, how we got there. Yeah, which he was like shopping his album, and then like finally Dash like which he actually talked about on the last call, like on the College Dropout app. He actually mentioned that on the track back in the day. But he's like on the like Dad. The reason why Dash signed him is basically like, okay, like even if we don't use him as a rapper, we got him under contract, we can get all the beats. Like that's
we can get the beats I am.
So it's like a smart
move. Businessman. That's a businessman. Yeah.
So a smart move like that is like, so even though we don't really see him as a rapper, but let's sign him anyway because the nigga is cold at beats and shit. Like that's why. So that's why they got him. And he was cranking out some classic like the Guess Who's Bizak with Scarface. He showed him playing on the All Falls Down for Scar, playing his raps for Scarface. Like he showed like he was basically like playing his music for everybody who would listen. Like he was like playing. And then Rockefeller finally signs him around 2002. He signs with The Rock, and like I remember the concert. He was Rockefeller was in Chicago, like of course Kanye's hometown there to make the announcement. So Jay-Z's like, yeah, come on out here, Kanye. Like, we got the big announcement. Yeah, he's like the newest member of the roster. They hand him his Rockefeller chain. It's like, and the crowd go crazy, of course.
They go crazy. I remember seeing that video. Yeah, the crowd went crazy.
They hand him his Rockefeller chain. So he became officially Rockefeller. And then his first song as a rapper on Rockefeller was The Champions. And yeah. Come on, Dad said, but you ain't know a producer could rap like Dash was talking.
Oh, yeah.
He was spitting on that one. They showed that recording session. They showed a lot of sessions too, like studio sessions.
I like sessions. I like watching that in documentaries. I like watching the sessions. I like to see how something comes together. I like seeing the process. I do.
Yeah, you basically see how the whole College Dropout album comes together, which is
nice.
And shit, yeah.
And I'm sorry, like that's still my favorite album. College Dropout still my favorite.
Still my favorite Kanye album. Yeah, you're right.
Still my favorite Kanye album. I can still listen to that album now. Like it's some of the other ones. I'm like the first three albums. I can College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. Those three I can bump. I can ride to those. Then when he started like that, the 808, that one I was kind of.
I like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I like Watch the Throne. It's like I ride with Ye. It's like I like
some of the other ones were kind of. I was like,
And then of course the accident happens because Kanye had to fly out to LA to do some work. Yeah, and that's the accident and shattered his jaw in like 3 places.
Yeah, burned the candle at both ends because. Then John Hidden, wasn't that what happened with John Hidden too when he had his accident? He was like burning the candles at both ends, I think, and that's dangerous. Like you're trying to, and then you're driving and you're getting like an hour of sleep. That's very dangerous. It is. So, yeah. So,
a lot of people thought he would never rap again, but Kanye being Kanye, that's when he spit it through the wire.
Through the wire. Well, through the wire.
He started recording through the wires, right? So like. He recorded that 6 weeks after his accident, by the way. So
the thing that I like best about especially like those earlier works like that. I mean, you had Shaka Khan, you have Selena Johnson, so you have you had Chicago, like you had Chicago right there. So that's what I liked about that. Like you definitely had that representation of the Shy.
So then, when he's playing the Through the Wire joint for cats, like they saw when he played it for Pharrell and shit, and Pharrell reacting like, "Oh shit!" It's like, you spit that shit with your jaw wire shut. It's like he was like playing that.
That's motivation.
They showed Pharrell saying, "Yep," and then he started getting validation from like some heavy, like Scarface validated him. Pharrell, Jay-Z, they all started saying like, "Yeah, he's the next one up." Like so, Kanye was like slow build. But here's the thing: like once his accident happened, like Rockefeller put him on the back burner now. So like, his album was shelved indefinitely. So like how he didn't have a budget to do his album now. So like, but he was really creative how he was doing shit. It was like funny, like, cause they showed how he did the breathe in, breathe out done with Ludacris. It's like, he basically just had to get cats when he could. It's like, they showed him how he got Jamie Foxx and shit, like to do the slow jams. It's like, he was just like, it's kind of like almost on some ambush. Like, hey, I just need you to do this. He was like basically going to their sessions and like getting like to do a part for us like that. So it's like how Kanye, he's like I said, College Dropout almost didn't happen.
One thing that you're gonna say, one thing I say about us at Chicago is we know how to hustle. Chicago, we got that hustle in us.
Through the Wire video, which I didn't know, he paid it out of his pocket. He said I paid like $33,000 for this video out of my.
Which video?
Through the Wire. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because Rockefeller, they had kind of like pulled his budget after the accident. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'll finance this video.
And $33,000 is a lot of money. Like I said back then, especially back then. So that would be what, maybe like 100 and something now,
or some like maybe upper like the 8
or close to 100, probably close to 100 now.
Upper 5, something like that. Yeah.
It was like 20 years ago, so like probably close to like 100 now. Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Almost, yeah. It was like I like the when he sort of like trying to tell Jamie Foxx the slow jams about how the different artists and that Luther Vandross. He's like telling which like artists and that. And it's like funny how they just like back and forth, and then Jamie just starts throwing a bunch of ridiculous artists out. Jamie being a comic, it's like, yeah, you will definitely like this documentary. It's like
Al Green, hey, Al Green,
oh. A lot of that was like ad-libbed, a lot of that stuff.
I like when he hit that note right there. La, da, 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 da. Yeah. Now I'm gonna listen to College Dropout now when I put my College Dropout back on.
They showed D-Ray in the studio with him. Yeah, they showed him with D. Because
What the fuck was that, Kanye?
The wire for D-Ray and shit, and then D-Ray's like, hell, I need to get in an accident now. He's like, if you did that after the accident, like, I need to get that.
D-Ray is silly.
One arm, yeah, like that. One arm, man.
Yeah.
That's all you got D-Ray on the album, because like D-Ray was out in LA too. He is getting his grind.
Yeah, because he was blind doing because he did barbershop. Yeah,
his comedy career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he got him to jump on. What in the fuck was that?
Because he sounded like a cross between Bernie Mac and Cedric from Barbershop. That's like what he sounded like.
So when you see him when he's cutting that, they show D-Ray actually in the studio doing those lines for that.
Yeah, like he sounded like that's what he sounded like, a cross between Bernie and Cedric. That's what it sounded like when Cedric was an old man in Barbershop. That's what it sounded like.
Well, yeah, College Dropout was like it almost did that. Kanye was working his ass off to get that album out.
Yeah, and it paid off. Like you say, you gotta bet on yourself sometimes, and like basically like that. I call that. And what is it? Is that like a Chicago thing? Like I call that the Robert Townsend thing. Like Robert Townsend, he went all in for Hollywood Shuffle, and
yeah, became the fucking man. Okay.
I guess it's a Chicago thing, I guess. And you go all in and you go all in hard.
Like if you from that era, from like that era of hip hop, and if you want to see a lot of like behind the scenes, especially like with his mom, you get plenty of that.
Yeah.
I
really like
how he got when you mentioned the spoken word joint, because Kanye was like, okay, like Rockefeller's not gonna promote me, I'm gonna promote myself. So he went on Def Poetry Jam.
And spoken words, that was a big thing because like I went to like especially during the millennium around that time.
It's like
spoken word was really big. I went to a lot of
HBO. Yeah, the Def Poetry Jam.
Yeah, I went to a lot of spoken word sets around that time. I did.
I'm with you. Yeah,
yeah, spoken word was really big at that time.
Get up and do poems before.
Yeah, I need to start doing that again, but I need to dust off my skills.
That's why Kanye appeared on Def Poetry Jam, because he's like, okay, like I promote myself. That's the main reason he went on there, just so people could hear his stuff. And then he did the All Falls Down.
All Falls Down.
He did that.
My line still like, she had hair so long that it looked like weave, and then she cut it all off. Now she looked like Eve. I always loved that line. That line
everybody kept liking that when he played it. Like all the girls, like so she couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter
Alexis. That was a good line too.
Everybody liked that line. I was like,
yeah, okay. I like that line. Couldn't afford a car.
That's the line that got a lot of reaction. We kept playing All Falls Down. Couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. They saw him at Leon. I forgot earlier. They're like Leon's barbecue on 79. They show kind of the Regal. Like,
which is now on
there many a times.
It's on 63rd now, I think, by the YMCA.
You know, the original one.
I think it's on 63rd. I think they moved to 63rd. I think that's where it is now, on 63rd.
The one across from the Regal. Yeah, I was like,
yep, over there, because we used to go there. You know, it's right there across from the Regal. Yep. Saturday night. You got Saturday night. You got Stony Island. You got South Chicago. It's a
I want soul fruit bags out there on that corner too.
Soldier at War was out there selling their teas.
So selling fruit. Actually happened, yeah. But highly recommended. Check out Jeen-Yuhs, Kanye West on Netflix. Like
I'm gonna check it out.
I
gotta check it out now.
Had me hooked. I was like, oh yeah. What else you got, kid? Before we get to some heavy shit, yeah. I got some more. I got a couple.
I have another light thing that something that came back recently on streaming. The Proud Family is back. They're on Disney Plus. Yes.
I heard.
Yeah, because Ariana, I showed the Ariana the original one. She liked Penny Proud.
Shout out
Kyla Pratt. Love Kyla Pratt. Can we give Kyla Pratt her flowers, because she's been in the game for like
25 years.
She was like 8. Like she's been in the game like since she was like 8 years old, and she's been killing it. Like she's been killing it in the game. So shout out to Kyla Pratt for doing her thing. But it just started streaming on February 23rd. It's called Prouder and Louder. And they got a couple of new characters on Kiki Wyatt. Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer's on there now. She's a voice on there. I want to say EJ, Magic Johnson's son, is on there. And then of course, like the old usuals, you got Paula J. Parker, Tommy Davidson, Joe B. Payne, Sugar. I love Joe B. Payne, Sugar Mama. Sugar Mama.
Still without Sugar Mama.
Yeah. My grandbaby. Like I love Joe B. Payne. She's so funny. What's her name? Carmelina White as Dejanay, the best friend. Hey girl, you know, like her as
I like she said another one who got longevity.
Yeah, I gotta give her flowers too.
Kanisha and fucking Lean on Me back in the
day.
Been around a long time. Yeah.
Charmaine. Lance. Did her and Lance ever get married? Lance
played Nicolette on Malcolm and Eddie. She didn't have a long career. Yeah, so shout out.
Yeah. So it's good. I like what they're doing now with it, because obviously Proud Family now is for the 2020s now. So it's like it's the new millennium. So it's like they have like where they had like the cancel culture of social media. Like they wrote that into like one of the storylines. So it's very relatable stuff now. So it's like obviously they can't do stuff that was done originally because the original show was like in the early 2000s. We have so much more technology and stuff like that have advanced now. So we have to change it up now and do things a little different. But I enjoyed the first 2 episodes.
I'm pretty sure Orlando Brown is not part of it anymore. So.
No, and like
I'm pretty sure he's not.
He's not. And the way they wrote his character out, I think that they could have did. You know how I feel about whenever they do like when characters, I feel like they could have wrote him out better. Like the way they wrote him out was just kind
of strange.
It was just kind of like flash and he's gone. So I mean, I feel like it could have been.
They poochied his ass. Yeah, I've got to go now.
It could have been a better way to write him out. Oh, Soleil Moonfryer's on there still because she was the voice of Zoe, so she's still on there too. Punky Brewster, basically, yeah. But check out the Louder and Prouder Family.
Since we're talking about shows back on the airwaves. Dum dum. Law and Order.
Oh yeah.
Original, the OG Law and Order. With an updated cast, like they brought Anthony Anderson and Sam Waterston back from the original show.
Sam Waterston's back? No way.
Back, Jack McCoy. He's still a DA's chair. Yes.
He's still a DA. Nice.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Anderson is like now the lead detective because he was a junior detective when the show
right when he like first joined. Yeah. No. So Anthony Anderson said, "I'm gonna get my money. Blackish is in it, but I got on this."
Like he got on Blackish right around when Law and Order got canceled originally. So like Anthony, he just keeps him a job. Yeah.
Black man, get your money. Black man, get your money.
He top billing. I was going there showing the crowd. Oh, Anthony got top billing now. Yeah, he's like the top billing on the show.
Like that, he gains money. Okay.
The first episode, we'll spoil it. It's already been out for like a few days now. Like, like they ripped from the headlines, they base them on real life. So guess which story they did?
George Floyd?
They
didn't go that deep.
It is a recent controversy though, so you're in the right time frame.
What?
Cosby.
Oh, I went too deep. I like George Floyd. I went too deep.
They show the famous the Family guy, like the safe Black comedian that who was recently released on a technicality who assaulted over 40 women. You tell it was Cosby. They were like, whatever.
Who played the Black comedian? Was it somebody famous? Was somebody epic?
It wasn't. Let me look and see. Like I didn't.
It wasn't nobody epic. It could have been somebody. Like if it was like one of the Waynes, that would have been hilarious. Like if like Keenan Ivory Waynes or somebody like that.
That would have been wild.
It should have been Keenan Ivory Waynes or Damon. It should have been somebody like that. Like when they did Mel Gibson and it was Chevy Chase who did Mel Gibson when he called the girl sugar tits. Remember that?
I don't think his name was Norm Lewis, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, but he was supposed to be Bill
Cosby, obviously.
He did. And I don't want to spoil what happened, but like they basically covered him with a twist. Like, yeah, so like it's Cosby. Like, so I won't spoil like the details of how the case goes now.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out on Hulu because I know it's on Hulu, so I want to watch it on Hulu.
Law and Order season 21 back on your airwaves.
Yeah, on Hulu.
Kid.
I love the rip from the headlines, like when they did the
because I could tell it was gonna be one of those because like they put like disclaimers like the story which is fictional, not
fiction, yeah,
not based on real life events. Like we know what that means. It's like that's just so you don't get sued.
Like when they did they crossed Paula Deen with Trayvon Martin. They put like both of those stories together. Basically, they did a Paula Deen episode, but it had a Trayvon Martin twisted too.
Or like back in the day, they
Yeah.
did, Puffy, J-Lo, like Shine incident. That was like was Idris Elba was on. He played the club owner where they got shot at. An unknown Idris Elba.
I know. Before he was Stringer Bell.
Before the Stringer Bell is like when I look back, so I was Idris Elba that owned the club.
Idris Elba. Now I gotta go back and watch it. You said Idris Elba, so I'm gonna go back.
It's back in the 90s.
Sold me an Idris. You sold me an Idris.
And Kerry Washington, she's on it too. Like
she was J-Lo.
The J-Lo doppelganger. Take a young Kerry Washington.
Yes, they didn't want to make her be Puerto Rican because they didn't want to make it be too obvious.
Too on the nose, so that's changed.
Right, to make it too obvious.
You can't say, hey, like J-Lo said, we're not doing that story. Like J-Lo's Puerto Rican. Our girl is black. They did
our girl is clearly black.
They did OJ on another episode, but they made the guy a baseball player. It was like If I Did, it was around that time when he wrote the book and shit. They did that. The If I Did, it's like they said, I don't know, like, yeah, but the guy on the scene kind of looked like that baseball player, like when they said like the guy that was a murderer.
Like baseball player.
He resembled the baseball player. I can't think of his name. Obviously.
I asked me when they did the Chris Brown Rihanna, I was like, and the guy's name was Caleb Bryant. What? CB, Caleb Bryant. Obviously Chris Brown.
He did what's another one?
They did Juicy Smollett on SVU. They did Juicy. Ripped from the headlines. An actor is assaulted.
They could have did that for Chicago PD since it happened in Chicago. I guess that's why they put it on SVU to make it so you can say, "Oh, this is New York. This is not Juicy." That was Chicago.
Juicy. I was like, "This is a Juicy episode. This is Juicy Smollett." Juicy Smollett. I was like, "Yeah."
Famous French actor Juicy Smollett.
Juicy.
So we talking ripped from the headlines. Guess what? I just ripped from the headlines. We heard about this. Kyle Rittenhouse back in the news again. This time going after all of the
I saw that.
They called him white supremacy. And he would like the Whoopi Goldberg, he name drop. They say
LeBron James, he name drop.
And possibly he didn't say, but it could go as high as the president. Because like Joe Biden was talking shit about during the campaign. Like, so like if he might be going after the president, that shit would be crazy.
He doesn't have a real case. Like you let your lawyers gas you up. You don't have any, especially like with the LeBron stuff. Because LeBron
said you ate some lemon heads. Like,
LeBron said I didn't see not one tear. LeBron said you ate some lemon heads.
Like if someone that did call him white supremacist, you might have a better case of. But
the lemon heads.
LeBron just said he ate some lemon heads. Like
LeBron said you ate lemon heads. LeBron basically said LeBron's from Akron. He basically said fuck out here. You wasn't crying. Midwest, we say fuck out here in Midwest. That's what we say. Fuck out of here. That's what he basically said. My thing that I would say that I said about Kyle Rittenhouse is like a lot of people like, yes, you did, like you were acquitted. Acquitted doesn't equate that you aren't guilty. It just means that they couldn't prove your guilt. That's what acquitted means. You were acquitted. They did not have the evidence. They did not have proper evidence to convict you. It does not mean that you are not guilty.
Out there to intentionally kill people. That's
right. It just means that they didn't have
what he was charged with. Yeah. So like it was the evidence didn't support that. So.
And my thing is, you should have never been out there because you were 17 and you weren't able to handle real situations when shit got real. Like it was like grown people out there wasn't pulling out guns.
A bunch of guys out there, a bunch of armed men out there, but when shit
you were the one who fired.
When shit got real, he was by himself. Like they did.
Yeah.
Other guys got the fuck out of there.
Right, grown men. When you're grown and you actually have stuff to live for, and you actually have consequences. Like, okay, I can't be out here. I got a wife. I got kids. I got a job. I can't.
Like, sure,
no,
your intention,
no.
Okay, we're gonna be out here to protect businesses from being looted. But like when shit starts getting real, it's like I'm going home.
I'm going home to my wife.
a little too wild out here for me. Yeah. I think I'm going home.
He was a 17-year-old kid who should never been out there. Because when shit got real, you didn't know how to. Your brain, you're too young. You didn't know how to process that. You're 17. You were too young. You should not have been out there. You were a 17-year-old kid. And the fact that, that some people felt that, like I said, it wasn't murder. Like I said, I saw it wasn't murder. Stop saying that it was not murder.
He only shot people that attacked him.
At most, it was like a negligent manslaughter. It was like at most it was something like that. Like if you like, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know all the terms, but at most it should have been. That's the most it should have been, not murder. It should have never been murder. It should have never been murder.
Especially first degree.
First degree, it should no.
For that big time, so you really got to prove.
My thing is, anytime, like, here's my reaction: if you try to charge somebody with first degree murder and you don't have this smoking gun, that's an automatic acquittal to me in my eyes. It's like, oh, they walking.
Smoking or a confession.
They walking.
Yeah, they don't say like, yes, I killed that motherfucker.
Yeah.
You gotta have that.
You gotta have this smoking gun. You gotta have the proof. If you don't have it, then they're gonna walk. And because of double jeopardy, you can't charge them. Even if they come out the next day and say, "Yeah, I killed that motherfucker," you can't come out they can come out the very next day and say that because they're protected by double jeopardy. So, but I just said that with Kyle Rittenhouse, I just was hoping that he would just go away and just disappear because it's like, okay, after like a lot of people didn't like the verdict of this, so I'm just going to just fade to the back. Yeah, I'm just going to fade to the back and
not very liked right now. So me personally,
exactly. That's why I thought
I want the attention if I was in that situation.
Exactly. Like I'm not very liked right now, so I'm going to fade into obscurity. I thought he was going to fade into obscurity because he easily could have faded. He was from what whatever, like, Illinois, a little tiny town that nobody knows. He could have faded to obscurity. He really could have faded.
I guess he probably got lawyers in his ear telling me he can get.
But he want the George Zimmerman. But I mean, you want the George Zimmerman treatment, whatever. So
I think it's different. I think he got lawyers in his ear telling me.
He got lawyers in his ear trying to say he can get some money. That's what it is.
I think
it's some money then. But the thing about money, though, let's do this though. The thing that people don't realize about money, like I said, we know a couple of lawyers. It's like if you try to go up against people who have real money, LeBron's a billionaire. LeBron has long money, so they can just continue to take you to court until you run out of money.
It is like people
until you run out. Like, okay,
and we're not even talking about the federal government. They got tax money. So
they got tax money. So if you want to go there, I'm not sure how long Whoopi's money is. I don't know how long her money is. I assume she got some money because she's been in the game.
I don't know.
She's been in the game for what, 50, 60, however long. She's been in the game 50 years.
Comedy all my life. I know that much.
She's been in the game 50 years. Like I said, we know for a fact LeBron is a billionaire. We know that for a fact. So it's like LeBron, he could just keep on taking you to court, keep on extending until you run out of money. That's what rich people do. They keep on taking you. 20 million from them is nothing.
Gonna keep donating. It's like he got a lot of donors. The people like he's raising money for him, but like it's not gonna last forever.
It's not gonna last forever.
Stretches out like 2 or 3 years. Like hypothetically, is like you're not gonna
unless you got Jeff Bezos donating and Elon Musk donated to you. Then you gotta have donors on that level. So it's not going to happen.
These things are getting heavy right now. You want to talk about this Russia-Ukraine situation?
Yeah. And I'm going to preface this by saying that I don't know much about world affairs. Like I said, I'm very transparent. I know like you're a little bit more versed in the subject.
Following a little bit of this.
You're a little more versed than me, but I'm not versed in it at all. And I keep on seeing this stupid meme that keeps on being shared, and people who are in the know are saying that it's a lot of inaccuracies in this meme. Please stop sharing this meme because, people would rather share misinformation than fact check their shit. Because if something sounds cool and it's like, yeah, it's going viral, let's share this viral post. And they're like, no, they're like the meme. They're like, it's not accurate at all. Because the meme is basically saying that Russia is like the abusive partner. And then Ukraine was in a domestic, like they're making it like a domestic violence.
Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union back there. You remember the Soviet Union?
Yeah, USSR, right?
Yeah, the Cold War. We grew up with the Soviet.
And
Union.
Then the Mr. Gorbachev chair on this wall, right?
Yeah, that's the Soviet Union.
See, I was young, but I remember.
Russia was basically like the biggest part of the Soviet Union, but it was like Ukraine was one of the other countries that was part of it. So then when it collapsed back in like 91 or something like that, it's like Ukraine gained their independence.
Right.
Now Russia is trying to quietly quietly take over and shit. Yeah. They were trying to quietly take over. Now they loudly trying to do the shit.
Yeah.
Like for the last for a while, they've been trying to like pick at them. Like, hey, That's our land. We taking that back.
Like we own you, basically.
Our land. Yeah. So now they invaded and shit. And what and they said this is like the biggest European war since World War II. So that shit like that is scary, like hearing shit like that. Is like, because I don't ever want to see a World War III in my lifetime.
I don't ever want to see a war. Like I don't want to see that.
Like because the United States hasn't joined it, but they are basically telling Vladimir Putin like, hey, stand down, like leave him alone. It's like they telling them, like, but I don't want to, like, especially like we got I don't want to see like young folks we know like being sit over there for this shit.
Sit over there, because like the draft, because like
saying like if it is a World War III, a draft might be brought back.
Yeah.
Like we don't have a draft now.
We don't have the draft now,
70s and shit, So like, it's no draft, but like if it escalates to that, who knows? Like the draft could be reinstated. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like I'm too old and out of shape. Marcus is too old and out of shape, so we wouldn't get drafted. But like a lot of the young boys, now, like probably like the 18 to like 35-year-olds now, they have to worry about getting drafted. Yeah,
like some of like our younger cousins, like that. I like that age group. Yeah.
Got a nephew in that age group as
well. Yeah, we have a nephew. Yeah.
Like that. That's the ones I worry about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's getting real ugly out there because they try to tell them, and they've and the United States has given money to Ukraine to like and that people are mad about that too because they why you sending money and all of that shit. But it's getting ugly out there. Let's say like we take for granted how good we got it in the United States.
Yeah,
you could be over there and like people are actually dying. It's like real.
Yeah, I saw a heartbreaking picture. They showed a baby that was born like inside of like one of those like basically like a camp thing. It's like a baby was just born last night. Like basically like you're like basically trying to hide and and it's like a baby. It's like a newborn baby. It's like in there. So it's like it's awful conditions right now. So
I really hope the United States.
I'm hoping this can get resolved in Ukraine. Like
I don't want to see that, especially because
praying for them.
Scary shit is like the people are not looking at the I won't say the pink of the red elephant in the room for this shit is like China right there. It's like, what if they jump into this and decide to side with Russia and shit too?
Mm-hmm.
China, they already like they like on the rise as far as like they got their own mess over there, like with Taiwan and all of that's going on. There's a lot of mess that's going on over there right now in China. Mm-hmm. And Taiwan, I said it right. There's a lot they try to take over like territories themselves. So if they jump in this inside with Russia, I don't want the United States to get. I don't want to see that shit.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it could get resolved sooner rather than later because the shit is ugly right now. And in Russia, they have nukes too and shit. That's another scary shit.
Yeah, they have nukes. Yeah, because that's what people were saying. Like they're
concerned about that. The war with them, they got nukes and shit, just like the United States.
Yeah.
You don't want them to like send a fucking nuke over here and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So shit is scary. So just I've been following it. I haven't been watching around the clock, but I have been peeking in on that like during the news. Like
because when you start watching, it's like you just become super paranoid and it's just
because they show them out there in the war zones. You hear the bombs blowing up in the background behind the border. It's like I can't watch this around the clock.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's stuff that obviously we can't control. All we can do is just stay prayed up and just just have faith that we will resolve this and
fights back and like fights for their independence and shit. Like,
yeah,
stand up and like enforce Russia out and shit. That's the best case scenario. They fight back and shit. Yeah, but crazy.
Prayers for Ukraine. They did put the flag up during the Monster Jam, and like we stood and like we applaud because they put the Ukrainian flag up during the Monster Jam. So they did do that during
Blessed. You don't realize how good you got it in the United States. But that's all I got. I'm ready to wrap up.
That's pretty much it. Oh, just quick take. Wendy Williams' show is ended, and Sherry Shepherd's officially getting stopped.
Sherry Shepherd's in. I did see that.
And they said that Sherry has been doing really well because she was named the permanent host, and now they're going to launch her own show in the fall. And Sherry, I'm happy for her because she's a veteran in the game. She's been in the game, what, like 25, 30 years?
Ups and downs. It's nice to see her get her own show finally.
Yeah, and she has experience because, you know, she was on, was she on The View, right?
I believe so. She was or Whoopi. She was in that seat on The View.
Yeah, so like, I mean, she hosted what, the Newlywed Game?
I think she did a version.
Yeah, like, so I mean, so she has some experience with being, you know, in front of camera, and she's a comedian, so, you know, like, so she has like the good timing. She's funny, she's bubbly, so happy for Sherry. Happy for her. Yeah.
And on a high note, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Sherry Shepherd.
Not another damn podcast, episode 248. If you like what we're doing, you know what to do. Give us one of these. Yeah. If you want to subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms, some of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices as well. You can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to get at me.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your blogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
What's up, baby? I'm Ozman the Wizard.
Library. And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm going.